Hey guys, USMC Vet here. It's been a week now since I've uploaded the videos of the unboxing for the Blue Parrot B-550XT. And over this last week, noticed a couple things. Number one, the wearability. The wearability starts to decrease for me after about 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours in, it starts to get really uncomfortable. Of course, around the headband, the ear cup, as it presses against my ear. Primarily because I wear glasses. So it being pressed against my glasses with the pressure of the headband, really, I can't stand it for much longer than 3 hours. So if I'm not on the phone, typically I'm taking it off and putting it up above my head where my CB radio would go. I might just have a more sensitive scalp, or maybe that's about average for other drivers to be wearing their headsets continuously. I'm not sure, but that's my experience. That's about my limit to continuous wearing. The second thing, again, not very positive, is there's been a couple times where I would be on a phone call, the headset was fully charged, or at least within the top 70%, and it would beep like I had pressed a button, and it would end the call. And I'd call back and it would do it again. Sometimes this happens back to back, sometimes this happens about 10-20 minutes throughout the phone call. Perhaps it needs a firmware update within the headset itself to be connected to a computer. I've looked on the app to see what I could do for updates for it, but I've not yet found what I'm looking for. Perhaps I'm not looking in the right spot. But that's just another thing that out of the box is happening with the headset. So I'm currently looking for a compatible cord to hook up to my laptop, because my laptop currently only has USB-C instead of USB-A, which is the normal one-sided USB. So I'm going to continue looking for that to see if there's a firmware fix for this thing as of November 5th. But moving on to the good stuff, the audio clarity and the mic clarity for both myself and the person on the other end has been great. Sharp and clear sound from the headset itself to me listening to it. Gets pretty loud too. You put that thing all the way up to its max volume and you're not going to have any trouble hearing at all. In fact, it gets too loud. But it's still good quality. It doesn't distort. It doesn't, lose any quality. It does just get very loud. So I have to keep it probably 2 steps below top volume for it to be comfortable and for me to still be able to very clearly hear what's going on over the roar of the engine, the wind noises, and any static that might come from the CB. I can talk pretty quietly. I'm talking a little bit louder than I normally would be talking on a phone call right now, and I can talk quieter than this, and the person on the other end can hear me just fine. Of course, with it being right near my mouth, that's not very surprising. But aside from the firmware update that might be needed, or whatever other research I'm going to have to do to make sure this thing is working at 100%, the other things I found were leaving my phone inside the cab hooked up to my RAM mount on the windshield, which is right by the A-pillar by the driver's side door, going to the back of the trailer is, that's where it starts to cut out. Right as you turn around the corner of the trailer to open up the doors, it starts to cut out, and it almost does as you reach the center of the trailer to open both doors. So that kind of goes against the 300 feet that I was expecting. You know, it's only 75 feet, you know, a sleeper with a 53 footer, and it loses connectivity right behind the trailer. That's not really what I was looking for. It's not a huge deal to me because mostly I do have my phone with me. It's in my pocket unless I'm using it for GPS or, you know, just YouTubing and listening to music or live streams or any other video for that matter. I do keep my phone with me as I'm offloading in my pocket anyway, just in case I get a message from my dispatcher about updates to the load or any other loads they put me on. Basic stuff that you would need to have instant access to. But you know, I was just like I said, I was just going against what I was expecting for the 300-foot connectivity. I'm not really having a chance to test out the waterproofing, the weather resistance to it. You know, I just don't like to get wet if I don't have to. So I kind of stay in the truck if it's stormy out. So I've not really put it through its paces as far as that is concerned. But still, I'm happy I purchased it. I'm not really going to say I'm impressed as much as I was when I first unboxed it, but I do enjoy talking on it. I enjoy it for what it is. It's a headset, all in all, end of the day. And I really didn't pay too much for it. Like I said, in the first couple of videos I used points and I used a discount, and it was only like $100 after all that was said and done. So I'm not out too much money. If I decide that in the end that I don't like it, and after I've tried to fix it, you know, with the cutting out randomly during a phone call, if I can't fix that, then I'm not really too worried about it, because at the end of the day it's doing what I want it to do. It's allowing me to drive hands-free. It's allowing me to hear the phone call easier because it's not connected to the Bluetooth and playing through the speakers of the truck, and I'm not having to contend with the truck noise, the wind noise, to talk into the speaker that is built into the truck to, you know, make sure the person on the other end is hearing me, which a lot of the times they could not. So that's really what prompted me to get this to begin with. Me unloading, I'm having to do the whole 53-foot truck, loose pack boxes by hand onto the rollers, and if my wife calls for something important, I have to sit there and either slow down my offloading or stop altogether. So this will really help out with that. But for $200, if I were to spend $200, I probably would have taken it back at the first sign of all these issues. But since I only barely spent $100, you know, I think I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to definitely see if I can't fix it. So stay tuned for more videos from me, more reviews, and I'll let you guys know if I was able to fix the headset. But if not, you know, it is what it is. So thanks for watching.